All right, sounds good. Check.
Sound good. All right, stand by.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Taylor Kanost here with a severe weather update. We have a pair of severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued in various portions of the Midlands. We'll start in the Columbia Metro. This includes all of Columbia, much of Lexington, portions of Lexington and Richland counties under this severe thunderstorm warning until 8:15 this evening. The main concern with this storm, damaging straight line winds that could be up to 60 miles per hour. Let me show you where the strongest of those winds are located, and it's right around here approaching I-26 right now, getting close to the Malfunction Junction area where we could see wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Let me give you the radar estimated winds that we're seeing there at this moment. Roughly 40 to 50 mile per hour winds in several locations. I'll click on a couple more spots. Recently, not even a few minutes ago, it was right around here where the radar was estimating close to 60 mile per hour winds. And all of this heading through northwest Richland County right now, drifting southeast at about 20 miles per hour. So as we go back to the radar picture, you'll see that we do indeed have a storm that's heading straight for Columbia at this moment. I'll put a cone track on this, and this is just a rough estimate. Again, moving southeast at about 20 miles per hour. That's going to put it into the city of Columbia around 8:09. We'll probably have rain earlier than that, but the strongest of the winds currently in northwest Richland County expected to move through the heart of the city of Columbia around 8 or 9 or so, and then farther south toward the Dixiana area around 8:23, Horrell Hill around 8:39. We do again have rain that will show up earlier than that, but the threat for those damaging wind gusts strong enough to topple trees and power lines. That's currently over northwest Richland County at the moment, not too far away from Irmo and Chapin, and drifting southeast at about 20 miles per hour. Not really much of a hail threat with this. It's just heavy rain that could lead to some flash flooding, as well as that damaging wind concern that we've been fearing and talking about over the past couple of days. We also have a separate severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued for much of Saluda County. This in effect until 8:15 as well. And it's this storm right here that's getting awfully close to Saluda. Damaging straight line wind possible with this storm as well, and it's also tracking to the southeast at about 20 miles per hour. So a timeline on this puts it in Saluda in the next few minutes around 7:48. Down the line towards Spegner at 8:10, Ward at 8:19. Ridge Spring at 8:27 this evening, and then eventually Batesburg, Leesville. It'll be a close call for you. You might get clipped by this storm maybe around 8:30 or so later on this evening. We have a very warm and muggy environment across the Midlands this afternoon that supported this threat for quite a few downpours over in Chapin right now. You can see the severe thunderstorm warned storm dumping heavy rain there, causing issues for travelers there at this moment. Meanwhile, closer to downtown Columbia, we are dry for now. This is going to change very soon, likely to be a windy and blustery scene for you folks there. Earlier this evening and even late this afternoon, we've had heavy downpours in other parts of the Midlands, specifically along I-20 from Columbia over to Camden. Flood advisory in effect here until 9:15 this evening. Radar estimates of 1 to 2 inches of rain in this location already, and there's more rain coming your way pretty soon. That could lead to more flood problems, especially on those low-lying areas, poor drainage areas, and of course on the roads, some more ponding is certainly possible. So be careful if you're traveling in this direction in the near future. Big picture, we have a lot of rain, especially in the northern and eastern Midlands right now. Pretty much all of Sumter, much of Richland, most of Kershaw and Fairfield counties getting the bulk of this rain right now. We have scattered thunderstorms moving through Newberry and Saluda counties as well. Those of you farther south not seeing a whole lot just yet, but this is eventually going to head your way over the next several hours. And I'll show you that here on Future Watch. Again, a gradual drift from the northwest to the southeast as we move throughout the evening. Once we get to about 11 o'clock or midnight tonight, we should see most of that storm threat come to an end for us, and heading into the weekend, our storm threat will be much lower as cooler air moves in behind the cold front that is sparking all of these storms. Again, if you're just joining me, I'm Chief Meteorologist Taylor Kanost tracking severe weather across the Midlands. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that does include the city of Columbia, surrounding suburbs, and much of Lexington as well. This is in effect until 8:15 this evening. Damaging straight line wind up to 60 miles per hour possible with this storm. At this moment, the heaviest of the rain falling not too far away from Chapin and over toward Irmo, right near Malfunction Junction area as well, that I-26, I-20 interchange. Out ahead of that, we do have some heavy downpours on the southeast side of town as well, but this storm is warned for the threat of severe wind gusts located right in here, and that is heading toward Columbia right now. So while many of you in Columbia may be dry at this very moment, the storm is drifting southeast at about 20 miles per hour and could bring with it some gusty winds as well. So I'll put a track on the leading edge of this, again tracking to the southeast at about 20 miles per hour or so. That's going to put it into Columbia close to 8 o'clock or so, and heavy rainfall possible at that point. As for Saluda County, we have this additional severe thunderstorm warning in place until 8:15 this evening as well. It's not as big of a storm, but where it is right here, we could have some damaging straight line wind within it, frequent rainfall, frequent lightning and heavy rainfall within this as well. That's also tracking to the southeast at about 20 miles per hour. So we're tracking all this for you throughout the evening. If we have any more updates to provide, we'll cut back into programming on Watch Fox. We'll provide you updates online and on our Facebook, YouTube pages, and of course on WACH.com as well. That's it for me for right now. Those of you watching on Watch Fox, we'll go ahead and send it back to regular programming. All right, those of you watching online, we're going to continue our coverage here just a little bit longer, keep you up to date on our current situation. And just to keep you up to date, we do have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in place, those in effect until 8:15 this evening. One of those for the Columbia Metro, second one for Saluda County, as well as a little bit of Edgefield County. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. My computer just froze up on me, so I'm just going to reload that real quick while I talk with you off camera. So bear with me. But if you live in Columbia watching right now, I want you to go ahead and head indoors because this storm could cause some damage, perhaps some power outages as well. Strongest part of the storm currently in northwest Richland County and moving toward the city of Columbia right now. Also, if you live in Saluda, strong storm heading your direction at this very moment as well. So a couple strong storms have popped up here recently, and they are headed for more populated areas sooner than later. And again, I apologize for this being black. I'm working on getting our graphics back up at this very moment. Should be up here any second now. And I'll get you back to what we're looking at here as far as the severe weather threat is concerned. There we go. Back on. All right, so here is our severe thunderstorm warning in place until 8:15 this evening for Columbia. Pretty much all the surrounding suburbs of Columbia, Lexington, at least the eastern half of the city. Heads up, you might have some heavy rain and gusty winds heading your direction. So that's what we're most concerned about at this very moment. As we continue to track this here, I'm going to kind of take a deeper dive into what the radar is showing us, and nice little pop of bright green right there near Irmo. That's a sign of where the strongest winds may be located right now. Green on this map here means the winds are moving toward the radar site right there. Red means the wind is moving away from the radar. So we have these strong winds moving out ahead of this storm that could be causing some damage. The strongest of the wind likely located pretty close to the I-26 and I-20 interchange. And let me get an estimate on just how strong those winds may be off camera here. Yeah, it's estimating close to 50 mile per hour wind gusts where I was highlighting right around there. Let me see if I can pull up a camera from the DOT to see what the scene looks like out there. And sometimes these cameras are hit and miss on whether or not they're working. All right, here we go. This is, again, close to I-26 and I-20. Heavy rain falling. Hard to tell about the wind from this view, but can tell traffic moving slowly, as they should be with this heavy rain moving through that area right there. Closer to downtown, take you to I-126, Broad River Bridge, and the rain has arrived. So this is moving into the city of Columbia. Now's the time to get indoors and let the storm pass us by. Gusty winds that could cause some damage. Torrential downpours are both the main threats with this storm right here. I'll get back to the Doppler radar, and boy, you can really see that heavy rain has really popped off here just in the past few minutes on the west side of the metro. West Columbia, KC, get ready. This is headed right for downtown Columbia right now. I'm imagining here in our studios we're going to start hearing the heavy rain any second. And this is tracking southeast at about 20 miles per hour. So just for that leading edge in particular. Again, it's knocking on the doorstep of Columbia right now, moving through other locations tracked there on the screen for you. Also some heavy rain just outside the warning box near Red Bank and Lexington. Again, I really think the strongest of the wind likely located right around here right now. And this will be tracking this general direction. Certainly strong enough to cause at least some trees altogether to get knocked down. So that's why this warning has been issued for the Columbia Metro. Looks like we have an additional warning that's been issued as well behind that storm. So let's talk about this for a minute. Fairfield, Lexington, Newberry, Richland counties all under a severe thunderstorm warning until 8:30 this evening. 60-mile-per-hour winds, the main threat with this cluster of storms. Put a loop on this. All right, so I think what they're anticipating storms to rapidly develop in this area. We had an outflow boundary that's kind of kicked up this activity here recently. And while this may not look like all that much right now, just notice in the last 10 minutes how those storms have kind of fired up pretty quickly. And yeah, as we take a deeper dive here, we can see there is a pop of bright green there in eastern Newberry County right now. Roughly 50-mile-per-hour gusts estimated there. That's one of those downburst winds that we watch out for. So again, new warning there. We now have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings across the Midlands. The one for the Columbia Metro and Saluda County, that's in effect until 8:15 this evening. And then this new warning issued for Newberry, Richland, Fairfield, Lexington counties, that's in effect until 8:30 this evening as well. Just really explosive development of these storms here recently has led to all of these warnings being issued. We have additional heavy rain farther to the east in Kershaw, Lee, Sumter, and lower Richland counties. Those are not currently severe, but those are going to pose more of a flood threat for that part of the region. Back to Columbia again, where you see the green is where we have some strong winds moving into the city right now. Bright green means that that's where the strongest of the winds are located. That's currently right near the I-20, I-26 corridor. Green on this map means it's wind moving toward the radar site, which is that little circle right there. Red is wind that is moving away from the radar. So all this wind caught up in this strong storm is moving pretty much directly toward the radar. So we're getting a good look at this storm as it is pretty close to the radar site at the airport. Over to Saluda County, here's this storm moving into the town of Saluda right now. Frequent lightning, heavy rainfall, and the potential for 60-mile-per-hour wind with this storm. Batesburg, Leesville, you might be impacted by at least some heavy rainfall. We'll see if the strong wind makes it to you. Usually these stronger wind gusts don't persist terribly long. So I would say it's more likely we have damaging wind in Saluda than in Batesburg, Leesville. We'll take you back outside here. Here's Chapin, I-26, near mile marker 90.5. We'll take you back toward I-126. And that one's not working for us, unfortunately, so we'll head elsewhere. All right, I'll try I-20 at Main Street here in Richland County. Or sorry, this is I-20 at I-77. Not much rain there yet, but that's going to change pretty soon. All right, here's the I-20 at Main Street, northern Columbia. Rain coming down, not terribly heavy there at the moment, but that could change shortly. I do want to talk about how much rain has fallen so far today. Flooding is a concern for us, along with the damaging wind threat. So it's going to take a second for this map to load, but there have been some pockets of heavy rain already this evening. And as this map loads, it's going to highlight where the heaviest of the rain has fallen. And it's really been from Fairfield to Kershaw, eastern Richland, and northern Sumter counties. I'll put some estimates of rain. It's estimating about 4 inches of rainfall there at that Kershaw, Richland, Sumter intersection there, just west of Rembert. Elsewhere, estimates of probably 2 to 3 inches. Fairfield to northern Richland County. Kershaw County, you've had quite a bit of rain here in the past couple of hours as well. And then where you see the yellows and oranges is about 2 to 3 inches of rain. And 2 to 3 inches of rain in 1 hour's time is what we need for flash flooding to occur. And that has there's been at least some flood issues. Nothing major reported yet, but there's been at least some standing water in spots due to this rainfall. Here's what it looks like for the rest of the night. Storms gradually drift southeast by late this evening into the overnight hours. We'll get that stormy weather out of here and can look ahead to a cooler and less stormy weekend for us across the area. Let's get back to the warning, and again, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that continues for another 20 minutes for the city of Columbia. The rain is pouring down across much of the city, especially the western half of Columbia. I can hear it outside now. I can hear the wind and the rain coming down as it's moving toward downtown. Pull up our camera on our roof here to see what it looks like. And it is dark outside. The rain is coming down. I mean, visibility very low. That's ominous. Very ominous scene out there. Definitely don't want to be caught outside in that right now. Take it back to I-126 to get a different view of what we're seeing here in the middle of the city. Looks like that camera just dropped for us, unfortunately. All right, so we'll go back to the radar. I would expect at least some ponding on roads, especially typical areas that flood, with this storm passing on through. This is a heavy, heavy rainmaker. Now, the good news for us is it's not moving terribly slow. It's moving at about 20 miles per hour to the southeast, as we got an update on that warning. But still, with such torrential rainfall, it can cause flood problems in a hurry. Those of you on the east side of Columbia, Forest Acres, where you're pretty dry right now, get ready. Heavy rain's coming your way very soon, along with potentially some gusty winds. Farther north here with this warning, strongest part of this warning, it looks like the thunderstorms in Newberry County right now. Really not seeing a whole lot in Winsboro or Fairfield counties, but Newberry County, likely some gusty winds here. Nothing significant there. far as Richland and Lexington County winds are concerned, nothing too bad being picked up on the radar. Might be a little spike there close to the airport. So hopefully we can get away with this without too much damage. But again, at the very least, we're getting poured on right now in Columbia and parts of Lexington as well. There is no tornado threat, I will say that. I mean, the odds of that happening are very, very low. That's just usually not a threat this time of the year. So we're just talking straight line wind. That can cause some damage. I'm going to check off camera here to see what the power outage situation is right now. Not too bad at the moment. We have about 750 customers in Newberry County without power, about 570 in Lexington County without power, but nothing else beyond that at the moment. All right, there's your loop. Again, western half of Columbia from downtown to the airport. Getting slammed with heavy rain right now. Eastern half of Columbia, not so much. Pretty quiet right now. But again, this is pushing southeast. That heavy rain right there, that's going to be heading toward Forest Acres, Fort Jackson sooner than later. Plan on at least some torrential rainfall. Possibly some gusty winds that could cause some damage as well. No tornado threat, no hail threat with this. It's strictly one of those summertime goalie washers for us. That's going to drop a lot of rain in a short amount of time. Could cause some flooding, could cause some damage with gusty winds as well. Additional warnings in place. We have this in Saluda County until 8:15 this evening. Another 14 minutes or so for this warning. We'll take the look back outside. Again, tough travel times right now across the area. This is over Chapin, and then looks like this camera's back operational. I-126 at Broad River Bridge. Poor visibility, heavy rainfall at this time. No reports of damage from the National Weather Service just yet. Check out some rain totals off camera here so far today. On the northeast side of town where that flood advisory is in place that I mentioned, about 2 inches of rainfall near Spears Creek Church Road and I-20. It's the heaviest total so far. We have 1.2 inches in Irmo, about 0.6 inches near Cedar Creek in Winsboro Road. And about a 1/2 inch in Blythewood. So no major rainfall just yet, but it's coming down and will probably add up in a hurry. All right, let's go big picture here to show you what we can expect the rest of the night. This is the wide view across the entire area. This cluster of storms that we expected to develop this evening has indeed done so, and it's packing a punch with it, damaging wind gusts. The main concern with the strongest of the storms, notice farther south here over St. Matthews in Calhoun County, rapid development, heavy rainfall there, possibly some gusty winds. Some of that stretching into Orangeburg County as well. Consistent rain in Kershaw, Lee, and Sumter counties, but nothing severe with those showers and storms. It's just more rain on top of what you've already picked up that could cause at least some minor flood problems. Pretty much Aiken County is the only county in our area that is completely dry at the moment. That will change sooner than later, but for the rest of us, it's a stormy Friday night across South Carolina. Another look at Columbia. Very, very heavy rain continuing to fall. Not an incredible amount of lightning here, but there is some lightning. Radar showing about 200 lightning strikes, cloud to ground in the last 10 minutes across our entire area. We've had worse for sure, but still definitely want you all to be inside if you do hear thunder. This right here is the leading edge of the gusty winds, and it's surging south. So this is when you're initially going to feel kind of that cold breeze ahead of storms you often feel before the rain starts falling. That's what we call outflow. So that right there is an outflow boundary, and it's heading for through Gaston right now, heading for Pelion as well as Swansea, Hopkins, heading your direction. So you can expect some gusty winds and a cool breeze to head that direction here pretty soon. Again, that's the outflow winds out ahead of the main storm. So it's kind of like a Mother Nature's heads up to get inside whenever you get that. It's to move your way. The rain continues to pour in Columbia. Head over to one of the cameras in Casey. Poor visibility on I-26 at Airport Boulevard. It's one of those areas getting crushed with heavy rain at the moment. There's I-26 near Pine Ridge, so just south of Columbia. Not too bad there at the moment, but heavy rain heading this direction soon. You can see really the gusty winds here. That's kind of that leading edge that I showed you, that outflow boundary impacting this area. Toward the east side of town and Forest Acres along I-77, again doing okay right now. Rain going to be heading your way very soon. Over toward Lexington County along I-20. One of those downpours popping up over this location. And then farther east along I-20 toward Clemson Road. Looking fine just now, but again, more rain heading your way pretty soon. Time right now is 8:07. This warning for Richland and Lexington County set to expire at 8:15. Would not be surprised if a flood advisory is issued for the city of Columbia sooner than later for this heavy rain falling over the city right now. An additional severe thunderstorm warning for Saluda County set to expire at 8:15. And then this third warning for sections of Fairfield, Lexington, Newberry, and Richland counties in effect until 8:30 this evening. I will say that this does not look terribly impressive right now, but that warning does continue for another 22 minutes or so. Would not be surprised if a warning gets issued down here for Calhoun County. We'll wait and see on that. At the very least, explosive thunderstorm development here just over the past 30 minutes. That went from nothing to a whole lot of rain in a short period of time. It looks like it just barely dodged Orangeburg. But St. Matthews in the thick of some heavy rain and a lot of lightning right now. Clarendon County, north side of the county, getting some rainfall. Over to Sumter, we have steady rain. Nothing severe out of this. That also is the case in Lee and Kershaw counties. So as the night wears on, here's what we're expecting, the bigger picture. What's triggering these storms is the warm, humid air combined with a cold front that is going to sag southward tonight. It's going to take the hot, muggy air with it, and then behind that, some cool northeasterly winds moving in. So after days, 3 straight weeks of highs in the 90s, that comes to a crashing end tomorrow. And actually, the next 6 days, we have highs forecast to be in the 80s. Here's a look at our forecast for Saturday. Low 80s. Some of you on Sunday may stay put in the 70s. Unusual for early August, but I think most of us are more than okay with it. I'll show you future watch for the weekend here real quick, and then we'll get back to what's happening right now. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of rain tomorrow. I think it's going to be light showers at best, and they'll be kind of scattered. Heading into Sunday, I think there is a better chance at rain, especially in the western and southern Midlands. Those of you farther northeast have a better chance at staying dry this entire weekend, especially on Sunday. I'm not expecting any day-long washouts. It's going to be kind of gloomy out with mostly cloudy skies throughout the weekend. That's part of the reason we are expecting it to be so much cooler. But again, definitely a change of pace, almost an early fall feel to the forecast this weekend. And the air is going to be drier this weekend as well. With that front moving through, dew points, which is kind of a measure of the moisture in the air. Not too different tomorrow, still hanging around the upper 60s and low 70s, but by Sunday, that dry air really starts to move in. I expect dew points to be at least down to the low 60s. For some of you, it could be down to the 50s. That does not happen much at all in the summer, so that'll be a nice treat for us, is that drier, more comfortable air moving in, certainly the cooler air moving in as well. All right, time right now, 8:11. We have just a few more minutes of this severe thunderstorm warning. Again, the rain hammering pretty much all of Columbia right now. Not a ton of lightning with this, thankfully, but we do have a lot of rain and potentially some damaging wind. Latest check of the velocity, and I'm not seeing anything too extreme on here. 40 to 50 mile per hour winds possible, maybe an isolated gust as strong as 60. It looked stronger earlier when the warning was initially issued, back around 7:30, right around there is where we were initially concerned about the wind. That's kind of traveled southeastward across western and central portions of Columbia. Now that's surging farther south, and all that's really left is the heavy rain. But again, it is a lot of rain. Very heavy rain falling right now across all of Columbia. Any reports of a lot of standing water and ponding on Highway 1 or Augusta Road? Not surprised to hear about that. This is rainfall estimates just in the last hour. Whew. As high as 4 inches in northwest Richland County. 2 to 4 inches wherever you see that yellow and orange on the map. So again, flooding is our immediate concern now, not so much the wind. So just be extra cautious if you are heading out anytime soon, because it's going to take a minute for this water to work its way through the system and get off our roads. Especially with all of this falling all across Columbia. You can expect the creeks to be on the rise as well. Rocky Branch at Pickens Street. So we're talking kind of toward the 5 Points area. It's currently in action stage. It's not flood stage yet. It has climbed about a foot since this rain began, but again, just started there, so we'll see. That rocky branch just south of the university is notorious for flooding in these heavy rain events. So that might be an area to just keep an eye out there near the University of South Carolina, near Whaley Street, that intersection of Whaley and Main. Again, notorious for some flooding, so that may close because of that. We'll wait and see. All right, folks, looks like the severe thunderstorm warning has expired for this storm over Columbia. Again, the main concern moving forward here is going to be the flood threat. Please be careful. If you come across a flooded road, turn around, don't drown. Don't risk it. If you see something that is flooded, find a different route. We do have this severe thunderstorm warning that continues until 8:30 for, well, Fairfield, Lexington, Newberry, and Richland counties. I'm going to be honest, it does not look terribly intense at this point. So our main concern moving forward here is probably just going to be the heavy rain and flood threat for us across the Midlands. I'll be keeping tabs on it the rest of the night. You can join me live at Watch Fox News at 10 o'clock this evening on Watch Fox 57. If there are any new warnings issued for our area, I'll be sure to hop back on. See, Lori has a question here. Wanted to check out Aiken County real quick. And yeah, we're all clear in Aiken County at the moment, but I do expect storms to fire up over Aiken County within the hour. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll be sure to hop back on if we have any new information to pass along. Stay safe and have a good night.